First, coffee important, okay? If you don't have any coffee, if you don't like coffee, I feel bad for you. Because trading, it's a hell of a journey. This is the first, gentlemen's. We are in a prop firm. Don't forget, last previous video I said I lost a lots of money. It's okay. It's the past, you know. I always manage to work things out for me, not to me. And so I had a prop firm. I passed it. I was a bit on a drawdown. I let it on the loose for quite some while. And yesterday there were some opportunities. The execution was poor, but the whole like narrative was impeccable. And I had to go with lower lot size because when you're in a drawdown, you want to lower your lot size. It's very important. Remember, you're not in the mindset of making money. You're in the mindset of getting your head outside of the water. Anytime you're in a drawdown, get your head outside of water and then start be aggressive. Never the other way around, okay? I'm speaking from experience, trust me on that one. So anyway, the account is 195.6 point peanuts and did yesterday 3,500 dollars. Okay, so how did I've done this? It was pretty simple, and honestly, yesterday was pretty relaxed. I was with the family. Sunday, right? It was Eastern, and everyone came to home. I didn't even look at the chart. I just put my positioning, and I didn't really care much about it because the whole understanding of the broader perspective was already there. Like the execution was whatever, you know, could have worked this a little bit better. But anyway, we're gonna dive into it. I'll show you how you could trade basically the same way I trade, and obviously, you know, all the mistakes and all the good that I do is to be noted because there's a lot. You know, this is the first foremost journey together. We're gonna have a lot of them, and the upcoming ones. So without further ado, let's dive into it. Okay, so remember, we are in a very bullish push positioning. The reasoning is the whole world is turning upside down. Okay, so Trump, tariff, geopolitical war, the tariff war with China, things are not going well with the bonds market. People losing trust, and the American dollar reserve currency is being tested. So there's a lot of reasoning. Anyway, you have Google for you to have even further on what's going on with the fundamental. But we all know things are not going well. Okay, so this is why we have all this beautiful push. This whole from I think from the 9th of April. That's correct. We have 4,000 pips. You have to be able to actually rationalize and have the reason behind all those movements. If you don't have the reasoning, it's hard to trade. You know, technical traders, RIP, because you cannot just, you know, get 30, 40, 50 pips here and there. It's a game. It's a rootless game. You cannot just go on with only technicals. You have to become a hybrid. So dive yourself into all of this reading and it will help you much more. Now, remember Trump, from this area, we pushed 500 to 600 pips all the way back up. Problem because there's a problem of liquidity. We pushed all the way back down for at least 3,000 pips. The reason is because they had to balance their portfolio. Things are not going well. I mean, if you had your money on indices, on stocks and whatever, and you see Trump circus in the 2nd of April, what do you want to do? You want to remove your money from that, right? So the moment you remove the money from that, well, it means that you're selling. So for hedge fund, for institution, for all of these traders, okay, the top dogs, they need to take back the money from somewhere. Where? Well, safe assets, and that is gold. So they removed that from gold, and they had to sell off aggressively, put that money back in balancing their portfolio to finally go with the actual narrative. The narrative was to go back up. Obviously, I mean, it's an obvious play. So what they've done is they've utilized this last specific one here on the 2nd. And that's, let's bear in mind, this is a Tuesday. Tokyo session, they start pushing aggressively, went toward the minus 61.80, and you could see that they were still not done yet. Like they had so much in their ammo, they just push, and which is normal. Okay. The world, like I said, is turning upside down. But the thing is, we need to figure it out. What happened basically with this here? What level is that here? So if we plot a fib just for the fun of it, I think this is. I think I had it on my own charts, but I believe this is it. This is the one, or either the one on top. Let's put this. I believe this is the one just right on top. Bingo. Let me go a little bit closer and voila. Okay. So they use this basic Fibonacci. They went to the 78.60 classic. Same thing here. If we put our smaller fib, 78.60 classic, boom, went all the way up to the minus 27%. And then same here, minus 61. And look at that, surprise, surprise, minus 100% to finally start going a little bit lower. Why? Because I mean the take profit has been hit, so everyone's happy, and now we could start to, sell off and grab some liquidity from you, her, and him. It's very simple. Well, they went to the minus 100%. I'm quite surprised they pushed all the way back up to 3,428. Not as surprised as when you see this whole market, it's just bullish like never before. And yeah, so they use this basic Fibonacci this whole time, went to the minus 100%. And how we've made 3,000 and some chunk change is I went to 15 minutes. Okay. That was, I remember, Thursday right before Friday market close. You could see that they had a harder time to push, right? And this was the level they could have pushed all the way back up, but it was a wall here. See, it's like the wall of China. Like there's no in between. You cannot pass this. The reasoning is because they needed liquidity, so they basically accumulated a lot of position on the beginning of the actual, I mean in the mid of the week, so Wednesday. They went toward the 40 to finally push the price all the way back down, kill all of these trader that was positioned on the Wednesday positioning right here as well, and these as well. Before that, I want to show you something. You remember I said on a Tuesday, they start pushing aggressively on Tokyo session. Look at this right here. The next aggressive push was the same date. Tuesday, Tokyo session, they start to go extremely bullish. Like I could break this down, but it's not important. I want to show you how I've done the money. That's what I think you guys want to know more than just break down every single thing that is going on with the market. But anyway, that was basically kill all of these traders, right? They stop here at 32.84, and that was around 11. Let's go on a 4-hour. You could see the 4-hour market close was very bullish. They closed on top of their previous positioning. So that already gives you a sign, intertwined with the fact that we are currently just wanting to go skyrocket to higher levels because of XYZ reasoning. And the moment the market opened, okay, the market opened around here. The moment the market opened, they just went very bullish. But I had a level here, okay? So I had this level, and I was break this down with my group of the War Room and the Apex community. And the Apex community, I said, if we break this swiftly, like without any constraint, without any difficulty, we're just going to go all the way back up. And it's certain. The only thing is, my concern afterward is this specific zone. If we break this afterward, it's done. It's done deal. We're going to at least 84. Okay, 84 to 90. So 3,384. Basically around right there in this corner. Okay. So this was already anticipated. So then by surprise, the market opened. Let's go on 5 minutes. And the reason why I said if we break this, there's a lot, I cannot break every single bit of it down. So we had a wall here, a very strong wall. Thursday, the market did not want it to break this. There's a lot of liquidity on the downside. And what combined with the whole narrative, if they break this, I am certain almost that they won't go anytime lower. So then afterward, that's what they've done. They broke this, came all the way back down here. I start putting positioning here. I basically have other prop firms, so but I want to show you guys just this one. And I've entered on every single of my account, even my live. The confidence was there because the idea was already prepared. Like it's clear cut to me, and it was right there, 84. So by 10:55, 11, I was already out of the market because all my take profit has been hit. The lot size was pretty small, to be honest. It was zero point 0.5 lot size because, like I said, you want to get yourself outside of the water. The moment I am at $200,000 account, I will start to go with higher lot size. So at least 2 lot size, and I'll show you how to do it. It just bear in mind, if that was a 2 lot size, this would have been an easy trade of. So that's why you want to do things so perfectly, because if I had my $200,000 account, this would have been an easy trade of close to like $6,000 instead of $3,000. Easy. If that was being, one positioning. But if I had $210,000, well, I could have added up more position. And then the more money you have, the more you can make money. It's pretty obvious to all of us. And trading is crucial. You never want to risk house money. Your money, but you want to risk the house money without even caring about it because you have the skills. But anyway, so this was it. And also yesterday, I almost wanted to be greedy. Listen up. This here, right there, that's the beautiful 23%. I always wanted to add up positioning here to go all the way back up. But then again, the rule is the rule. The rule is I've already entered in a so-so entry. They could have came back down, they could have gone up here, wake off here, and then keep going up. But the reality is my stop loss was not there. The stop loss, I was not break even because I know we're going to go up and there's manipulation in place. So the entry was here. I had no stop loss. And you might tell me, well, by the way, this is pretty lunatic. Well, it's a 0.5 lot size. And you have the confidence. You know what you're doing. You have 2 positioning of 0.5 lot size. It's okay. It's not the end of the world. The stop loss, to be honest, I would have get out manually right here. Let's just calculate how many pips is from here to here. I'm curious. Yeah, maybe not. Maybe I wouldn't take my stop loss here, to be honest. Maybe I would have taken my stop loss in between somewhere here. But then again, like I said, the idea was there. The confidence was there. The whole perspective was already clear cut to me that they want to push all the way to the 84 at least. If you have any questions, any suggestion, whatnot, let me know. This is the first of many breakdown that I will have. Losses, win, I want to share this with you guys. And the goal is very simple. It's for you to see all my setbacks, for you to see all my successes, for you to see when I cry and when I don't cry. I don't fucking cry. It's a joke. But I've already had 1 tears or maybe 2 tears. And one single time of my career, I swear to God, I don't cry because of losses or whatnot. But it happened one time, I remember. It was one of my setbacks, and then my wifey came to me, and she just had the pep talk with me. And I had some tears, but usually I never had tears because the reality is, yes, trading is hard, but we're too rational to cry about the fact that we're losing or times are hard. Who cares? Who gives a fuck? At the end of the day, you make money, you lose money, no one cares. So it's impossible for us to be emotional because usually when you have tears and when you cry or when you just want sympathy from someone, but when you know that really no one cares. Wifey was there at that time, so I had some tears. It's a hard journey. I just want to share every single thing authentically. It's hard for me to do this because you're basically naked around the world. You put yourself naked in front of everyone and you show your flaws, you show your strength, and it's normal. It's not an easy thing, but I like when it's not easy. I don't know who said this. He said, if you're confronted with 2 choices, the easy and non-easy, take the non-easy because with time this will become easy. I have my word. I'll show you how to make a lot of fucking money from nothing. That's the goal because I want to show you that it is possible. Once you have the skill set, no one could take it away from you. Anyway, without further ado, I see you guys on the next one. Apex Payment, be legendary.